to everyone listening, and happy Tesla earnings week. Of course, we know earnings was this week. Lots of live streams happening on the channel. Hit subscribe for that. Hit like. As we sit here, by the way, Tesla at 1,005, so just flirting with between red and green for the day. Let's see where we end up at the end of the stream. I see all the chats popping in. Let me know if my audio is coming in clear. How's it going, Hedgie? Stefan, Matthew, Mario, M Cave. How's it going, Chadwick? Awesome, discreet. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in on another live stream on the channel. I've been doing a lot of live streams, but I'm thoroughly enjoying them. All right, so let's talk. Thank you, Intelligent. Appreciate the audio is good. Okay, awesome. So 1,005 sitting on Tesla. Remember, high of day is about 1,034. We'll go through the options order flow for the day. We'll go through some news items. So if you didn't hear, there's some news around Bill Gates shorting Tesla again, and it's not completely verified, and I guess to a degree there's no way it potentially could be 100% verified unless Elon came out and or Bill Gates came out and confirmed it himself. But let's go through some of that news as well. So we got a lot going on this week, it seems like. Let me pull the news stories up here, shall we? Let's pull that up. So first things first, let me just actually pull up the video that I replied to by Tesla Economics. Where it is? Where is it? There it is here. Let's see if I can share. Let me see if I can make sure my audio is clear coming through there. Okay, so let's play this. Take this with a grain of salt. There's some receipts actually that came through with text exchanges as well that potentially I can go through. So it's interesting to see. Chicago here, says Dave. Yes. Hey, folks, throw in the chat where you guys are tuning in from, city, state, country, wherever you guys feel like shared, and I'll read some out in a second here. Awesome. Okay, let's play this out.
I do have some inside information I can share. Bill Gates has a huge short position on Tesla. I found out from a friend.
Really?
Bill Gates is shorting Tesla.
Wait, this is true?
This is true. Bill Gates has a short position on Tesla. I've heard. A large short position. The person who cares about the environment is shorting the number one person. So you can reaggregate that. I said it. How dare you, Bill Gates? Really so disappointing.
The hell?
Why would you do that? Why would you bet against a company? I mean, betting against his, are we going to bet against his nuclear thing? It's just lame, Bill. Just cover your position and invest in Tesla.
I did read that.
So that was the piece of, and this is I don't know what podcast this is, unfortunately, but it's with Molly Wood and Jason Calacanis. But what is more important than this even, I guess you could take this at kind of anecdotal value and be like, okay, well, we don't know for a fact. There were some text exchanges. Let me pull this up here. There were some text exchanges that were apparently leaked. Again, I don't know if these are doctored or not, but this was kind of making the rounds of leaked private text messages between Elon. I'm going to turn this music off. Between Elon and Bill Gates. Here it is. So here, and again, folks, I'm going to throw a caveat, grain of salt here. This was retweeted by Bill Lee at West Coast Bill. So, he's a SpaceX investor. Elon retweets him a lot, replies to him a lot. So I guess we'll take this with a grain of salt until we get it verified. But check out these text exchanges. Elon saying to Bill, do you still have $500 million short position against Tesla? And Bill saying, sorry to say I haven't closed it out. I would like to discuss philanthropy possibilities. And then Elon replying to that, essentially saying, sorry, but I cannot take your philanthropy on climate change seriously when you have a massive short position against Tesla, the company doing the most to solve climate change. So again, I think this is the first time I've seen kind of receipts come out a little bit with regards to Bill's short sale. So it is what it is. Okay, let me read out some city, state, countries. Chicago, Silver Spring, Maryland. Gonzalo says Power Hour on tap. Yes, sir. Switzerland, Colorado Springs, maybe from Sweden, Bay Area, Raleigh, North Carolina, Netherlands, Boise, Idaho, Alamir, Netherlands. I've read that one. Oh, Pietro, I'm going to try to pronounce this one in Sweden. La Masa. I 100% butchered that. Baton Rouge. Richard, how's it going? Gonzalo says it's in this week in tech startups. Okay, there we go. Oh, the show. Okay, God. The show is called This Week in Startups. Perfect. Thank you, folks. Agora Hills, Reno, Sweden. Wow, folks. It's a lot of Sweden love. I love it. Thank you. Swedish folk are awesome. Raleigh, Missouri, Longview, Texas, Germany, Juju County. Welcome, David. Prague, Norway, Mexico. Awesome. So really, I mean, volume-wise today, 19 million shares traded. Kind of a yo-yo day back and forth. Obviously, sitting near lows right now. Not nearly as low we were where we were in the first half an hour of trading, down to 994. And the options order flow. Let me pull that up here if I can as well. The options order flow for the day is still bullish, at least generally speaking, on today's news or today's option order flow. If we pull up to a multi-day look. By the way, this is tradingticks.com. Link in the description if you want to check them out. We'll see. I mean, options order flow is pretty tame. We're not seeing a massive divergence on either way. 1050 is kind of the target for the options order flow for the meantime. If you look at net options flow, I love looking at this graph personally. The green line are going up is essentially call buying. Green line going down is call selling. And then same thing, vice versa with puts. And then the white line is the share price. You'll notice we saw a lot of call buying early in the day that kind of skyrocketed us up to 1034 on Tesla. And then from there, it's just been kind of consistent-ish call buying going up, but not a massive amount. You guys are right. My ticker here on the bottom is all messed up. Let me fix that. And it looks like it just updated here as well. Sanchez says, hey, all, happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday to everyone. El Salvador, wow. India, there we go. Lamos, there we go. Nick, how's it going? Denmark, BC, Roger from South Carolina, Canada. Nick says, yeah, she got LASIK. Funny you ask, for the first time in my life, I have terrible astigmatism. But yesterday I had a contact fitting session. And I'm trying out contacts for the first time in my life. It's pretty, I don't know. I'm just trying them out because I'm selfishly speaking, I want to wear them. For basketball. I'm tired of having to either play blindish. I have pretty bad eyesight in my right eye. I'm tired of playing blindish in one eye or wearing glasses while I play pickup or something. So I'm trying contacts, but like the doctor told me, the optometrist, she was like, there's only one brand in the world that has a line of contacts that fit your prescription. It's literally only one. It's like Cooper Vision, Toric Plus or something. My astigmatism is so bad. So sunglasses in the summer. Yes, I've got sunglasses. I got prescription sunglasses, so should be good there. My prescription is terrible. You can get used to it, but if you want to play ball, you should get those sports goggles. I agree. I've been considering rocking those goggles for a little bit. My prescription's pretty bad. My astigmatism is like -5 or something, close to that. So, yeah. There we go. Okay, so 1,004 sitting on Tesla as we sit here. Let me know in the chat. What are your guys' thoughts on this week? Is it a little bit more subdued than you thought post earnings? Is it kind of in expectations? Of course, we almost hit $1,100 yesterday. What are your general expectations or how have your expectations matched with reality for this week? You kind of see us trading at $1,000-ish level. I know I have 3-day rule in the title, so we're going to talk about that as well. The 3-day rule would put us in. And by the way, if you don't know what the 3-day rule is, general consensus, and you can find it on Investopedia or something. But in general, it takes a couple of days for big blowout earnings or big chasm changes with earnings reports, which you could argue Tesla's was a huge blowout. And that, it'll take about 3 days for the street to analyze what's happening, figure it out. That being said, we saw a massive amount of upgrades already this week. So I'm a little bit, I'm not, well, the good thing is, I'll say, is that we're holding above 1,000 with the markets being as crap as they are. The NASDAQ is down 2.4% on the day. With a beta of 2 at least, you would think Tesla would be down 5%. So the fact that Tesla is even flat today, I think is fair. Anticlimactic, yes, Matthew. They just said it's all macro related. A lot of it is macro related for sure. Yep. Big disappointment. Considering macro, we're doing great, says Richard. I'm kind of in the same boat. I don't think so. Next week, Google, I believe, is reporting earnings. I believe Apple is reporting earnings, and I think Amazon as well. Someone posted it on our Discord. Who posted it? Sean posted it. saying Google's reporting on the 26th of April, Facebook on the 27th, Apple and Amazon on the 20th. So big earnings week coming up next week. We know earnings week generally can move the market one way or another. Again, I'm not sure how to read into earnings for Q1 is going to be quiet. I think because of lockdowns and whatnot, I think it's going to be a quieter quarter, which I guess the street thought for Tesla too, but was wrong. So J. Powell crashing the markets yesterday and helps is intelligent. Yeah, all the Fed members, like, do they have to come out every day and just repeat the same headlines over and over again and basically trigger algo selling? Folks, we're agreeing again here on Tesla. But it's just crazy. I'm not sure if I'm the only one that thinks this way, but like, why is it every day? It's either Bullard or Yellen or insert Fed member or person that doesn't even have voting rights. Like every day there's something new coming out in terms of headlines. And the way that the markets are, a lot of it is algo based, right? The algos read the headlines, and these guys know this. These guys and girls know this, and they play that quite well. They kind of know what's happening. So, Dasa, thank you for the CHF. I'm gonna have to Google what currency that is. I love foreign currency looking up. Let me just pull this up. What is this? Oh, Swiss franc. Wait, Swiss franc is CHF? I didn't know that. Okay. Would have thought it would be SF or something. Thank you for the 2 Swiss franc donation. Question is, do you think, where is it? Can we talk about Q2 forecast? I think Q2 forecasts are going to be, or Q2 for Tesla specifically, I'm guessing you're asking. Elon said it's going to be quarter over quarter flat in terms of deliveries. I don't think he would come out and say that unless really he was sandbagging that even. Like for Elon to come out and say that he thinks quarter over quarter is going to be flat, I think that's him saying like conservatively that they're going to be flat. But obviously out of Shanghai, there was some news that it's not fully ramped up and all this sort of stuff. By the way, we are rallying here, folks. I'm not sure who's having the juju. I got some orange juice here today, though. Let me know if you guys are eating some juice. Or having some jujus. But, quarter 2, if it was flat, considering Shanghai being down and gross margins more or less were the same, I'd consider that a win. Remember, Shanghai disproportionately affects margin. So with Shanghai being down, it'll be interesting to see how much compression we see with margin coming down from 32.9% gross margin auto coming down. Also because of Austin and Berlin. And it's not bad that it'll come down. This is a short-term hiccup, so it doesn't really matter in the long term of things. But it'll be interesting to see where the street sets expectations. It's a little bit too early for that, for street expectations, I think, so far. Fed should be limited to once a week. Yeah, no kidding. Let's see here. Do I have one second here. Do I have where's my, my alert box was off. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Abe, thank you for the $5 super chat, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate the donation. Larry said it's me. I kind of have 3 citrus here and devouring all of them as we speak. Hey, I mean, worst case scenario, what I like to think is at least I contribute to increasing vitamin C consumption in the Tesla community. Vitamin C never hurt anyone, right? I think it's like almost impossible. I'm not a doctor, but it's like almost impossible to overdose on vitamin C or something. Okay, Nick says that Austin ramp will be an upside surprise. I low-key think that as well with Berlin. The problem is when I set expectations like that, I'm often met with disappointment. So I'm just kind of letting it go, having that kind of Shanghai plus a little bit expectation for ramp, and then going to be pleasantly surprised as to how it comes. I'm guessing. So out of Shanghai, we get monthly numbers. Out of Texas, we don't, obviously. But it'll be interesting to see if Troy Teslike or someone can start tracking how many cars somehow that they see delivered. I'm I'm not sure what way they would do that, but getting more insight in North America, because that's going to be a big, because Shanghai was where the majority of the deliveries were happening, of course. But now, I mean, I'd love, and maybe that's just going to be something that's going to be shrouded in mystery anyways, but would love to see some sort of insight there around that. Sean says Juju Soju. 1010 sitting on Tesla. Halter, hey, Bradford, how's it going? Does 2 Swiss franc get someone a coffee? In Switzerland, probably not. I heard the cost of living in Switzerland is nuts. Much like here in Canada, but $2 Canadian does not buy you a coffee anymore. It's kind of like $3 minimum ish. Inflation, man. Paco, how's it going? Mimi says vitamin C dissolves in water. Yeah, water soluble. Good point. I think vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin A, and K are the only ones that are fat soluble, so you can technically overdose on that one. Nick says yes, but you're killing your pancreas. Hopefully, I'm not having that much vitamin C, but we'll see. Walker says switch to lemon juice. If Tesla goes below 1,000, I might have to switch to lemon juice. We'll see. Marcel says Switzerland cappuccino is about 5 to 7 Swiss franc. Wow. 5 to 7 Swiss francs. So that's like 7 to 8, $9 Canadian. Wow. Where is, let's see here. Boyle says Q2 hinges a lot on Shanghai lockdown status, which is still a work in progress. Yeah, there's conflicting reports out of Shanghai around, okay, someone's saying that they're fully open, some people are saying that they're not. So for all intents and purposes, it seems like they're not fully ramped up yet. But I think the expectation is sometime within a couple of weeks they should be. So I guess we'll see. It's interesting. So who remembers this? So on earnings stream, I talked about we were talking about the investment grade credit upgrade for Tesla. And so yesterday we actually got some news out of S&P Global around a credit grade upgrade. And you guys remember, or the credit upgrade. And you guys remember I was saying, we're kind of having a friendly bet in the chat. People were saying the credit upgrade is going to happen this quarter. Again, they've come out yesterday, and Gary Black posted this on Twitter. S&P repeats what they said after fourth quarter. Automotive gross margin ex ZEV credit must be greater than 18%. Remember, quarter one was 30%. For them to repeat this. So again, they're going to come out in July. My prediction remains in July. I have that video out on my channel. If you want to go check it out, just go to my channel, search for investment grade. You'll find it. I still think July 20 something, we're probably going to get a investment grade credit upgrade at least. But it's funny. I mean, Tesla has almost no debt, like less than $100 million in debt, recourse debt, and yet there's still junk credit rating. It just doesn't make any sense. It's just these credit authorities, these credit rating agencies, they're just so slow in the way that they move. So that's just kind of the problem here. I don't think it's so much corruption or that they're shorting Tesla or stuff like that. I just think they set expectations of what they're going to follow, and then they set the bar really high for Tesla, and they're like, we're not moving on it. And it's funny, Tesla literally has paid off pretty much all of their debt, and yet we're still here with junk status. So yeah. So, but you know what? Expectation was never for investment grade credit upgrade to happen this quarter, and it shouldn't have been. So there's that. Sawyer also posted a Gene Munster article on loopfunds.com. I sure to get Gene on the channel. What are you guys' thoughts on Gene Munster? I'd love to. I think him along with Dan Ives being friends of the show would be awesome. I should reach out to Gene Munster, see what he says. What are you guys' thoughts? Anyways, he put out a pretty cool article saying Tesla is putting way more than traditional auto in trouble. And the highlights were, let me zoom in here. The highlights were, if traditional auto releases a car with features and range at parity and sells the car at cost, it will be priced still higher 10 to 25% than a Tesla. This will soften demand and lead to further market share loss. 2, or if traditional auto subsidizes vehicles to gain market share, they will lose money with limited margin cushion. The more they sell, the more money they lose. To that end, we believe legacy car companies will eventually be forced to restructure or go out of business within the next decade. So it's cool seeing that coming out from Gene Munster. I think it's fair to assume that they have to. This is why, personally speaking, I'm not scared. Here are my thoughts. I'm much more scared at the possibility that traditional auto, legacy auto cannot solve EVs than I am at them solving EVs. And the reason for that is they, for the most part, have run the rules of the auto business and the auto game for centuries. And if they can't do something, they're not just going to turn around and cry about it. They're going to do anything in their power to legislate out electric vehicles if they know that's something that is not in their business best interest. So I'm much more scared at the future that they can't solve it than I am at the future that they can solve it, because we need the legacy autos, whether we like it or not, and you could argue, you could be more of a cavalier and say that these guys can just go out of business, forget about it, big disruption. But remember, I mean, they have a lot of political power. They have a lot of employees, a lot of union power as well. They're not going to go quiet. And so I'd much rather see them somehow figure this out and even just have cars even at cost or a little bit above, which, by the way, I'm not sure how I see it, because the last thing we need is a mass media narrative to change around electric vehicles towards them being unsafe, unfit, kind of what we saw with the original kind of electric car, right, from GM. So seems like you guys agree as well. So yeah, you guys like the Gene idea. Should I tweet at Gene? Should I? If I tweet at Gene, will you guys tweet back or reply at him like we did with Dan Ives? Maybe we can. Let me see what I can do here. Let's see what we can do. Let's see. I think Gene's awesome. Gene has a lot of. And by the way, he was a person originally in January that said he was 50% in cash or something like that. So I think he played it quite well. Great article, Gene. Let's see. I'm just going to tweet at him. Great article, Gene. Would love to host you on the channel. Love to host you on the channel. I think the GG gang would love it. Let me know if you are down. Okay. All right, I tweeted that out. If you guys can go like it or reply or whatever it is to show that there is demand for Gene Munster to come on the channel, I think it'd go a long way. So let's see. Gene normally doesn't interact on Twitter. Yeah, that's fair. What I'll probably do is I'll probably just DM him after or something like that. Maybe. Hey, by the way, I'll throw this link in the chat as well. If you want to go like it, feel free to. I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be cool to have Gene on the channel. Thanks for liking it, folks. Thank you. Okay. So, thank you, Mirage, Chris, BV, bunch of others, liking, tweeting. Appreciate it. Okay. Awesome. Good stuff. Thanks, folks. Yeah, I think it'd be fun having him. Maybe even, for 10 or 15 minutes, having Gene on for a power hour stream or something. I realize that there's a lot of, there's a lot of demand for people like Gene as well. So, it is what it is, but having him on the channel would be cool. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about Elon's X holding company. Okay. So a lot of talk around Elon filing new paperwork around Company X and blah, 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 and conglomerating Tesla, SpaceX, boring, Twitter. For the record, at a legacy level, I think you can make the argument that X holding company makes sense. Throw everything together that you think is going to be a huge benefit. By the way, thanks for everyone liking and replying on the tweet. That helps. So, you can make the argument that X holding company makes a lot of sense in that respect. I'm not sure how I feel about Twitter. Let me know your thoughts in the chat around Tesla tying themselves with Twitter. Elon, if Elon wants to go ahead and put himself into Twitter, I think that's probably a great idea. The question is really does Tesla jive with Twitter? Like if Tesla and Twitter were now under the same holding company, Is there any overlap in engineering there? Is there any overlap in human capital, physical capital? I don't know. I did get a pretty cool DM from a guy named Omar. Hopefully, you don't mind me sharing this, Omar. He DM'd me and he said, no one's talking about this. So I'll credit to him. He said, no one's talking about this, but Twitter could feed the neural nets for Tesla bot or consensus around certain things and be able to train. He framed it a lot better than I am, but essentially feed data into the neural net based on what's happening in the world out there. The problem there is, I guess, that like Twitter is such a siloed part of our world. Like Twitter, despite what we think, Twitter is not reality, right? Like people on Twitter, for good or worse, are not an accurate representation of people in real life for the most part. So I don't think Tesla has any business of being involved with Twitter, personally speaking. If Elon wants to be involved with Twitter, I think that's fine, and I think he's probably solving a problem that is going to be beneficial for us in the long run. But with Tesla, I just don't see the fit there. I don't see it. Halter says, Bradford says, the X holding company's Elon shares, not Tesla assets. Yeah, so this is the other aspect of it. We don't necessarily know any of the details around the X holding company. It could be essentially just for Elon's sake, like you're saying there, Bradford. Or I guess the general, not fear, but the general wild card in the market is, what if it's what Dave Lee was suggesting to Elon, and Elon replied to Dave saying it's a good idea of conglomerating everything of every one of his companies together and making a stock public or something under the ticker X or something, or I guess not X, but maybe Elon. Is there a stock with ticker Elon today? Let me just check. There is, but it's delisted as of September. Interesting. It was Echelon was the company name. Interesting. So ticker symbol Elon is available. I'm sure Elon's probably already knows that. So yeah, Twitter will be used for AI. That's kind of essentially what the DM was saying, right? So marketing overlap, yeah, perhaps. Martin says, I think free speech is a tough nut to crack. You're not going to solve it using AI. No, for sure. I just think like Tesla bot, and I guess this is where we kind of get into the kind of general nutty territory where you can come up with theories around anything. But yeah, I think if Elon genuinely thinks that free speech is a big problem, especially on Twitter, which it's evident that he does. I mean, he's a free human. And he can do whatever he wants. Like, who are we to tell him not to be involved? Like, Elon's mind doesn't work in an average human sense, right? But if Tesla's involved with Twitter, I just don't see the fit there. So, personally speaking. Digital says, I would be on board if Tesla is separate, but X becomes the largest shareholder. Right. This is all about corporate restructuring. Yeah, I guess there's a million ways that this can go. Okay, we're green again here, folks. 1009 sitting on Tesla for my audio listener friends. Barry says, let's talk about the upcoming split. Need macro Fed war to quiet down. So the upcoming split, we still don't have the proxy for the AGM yet. So what that is, folks. All right, who's consuming the jujus here? Because looks like we're going back to volume weighted average price on the day, 10.14 soon, 10.10 right now, 10.11 right now. The way that it works is we're probably going to get an agenda and a proxy sheet if you want to just pass along your votes for the Tesla annual general meeting soon. I don't think it can happen until May anyways, but the question is, when do we get that and when the AGM is? So with respect to the split, and I said this the day the split announcement happened, is watch out because we don't necessarily know when this split is. It's not the same play as it was 2 years ago when the Tesla split happened in August and it was going to split in 7 weeks. It's different. So I still have my median expectation by September-ish for the split. It could happen as late as October. Last annual general meeting was in October. In theory, it could happen again this October, although all signs are pointing towards that just being more of a delayed reason because of different Charles saying can't train an AI on memes. Sorry, I got distracted. That's a good one. But it could happen as late as October. So if the annual general meeting happens in September, let's say, hypothetically speaking, and the share count increase gets approved in September, the split is not necessarily effective the day after the AGM. It could be another month after that. We don't necessarily know. So yeah, the split is not necessarily imminent. It could happen as early as June too, though. So typically Tesla does AGMs in June, though. Alex says, not many green stocks today. Ain't that the truth? Here's the watch list, generally speaking. Tesla's green. VIX is green. Zoom is green, up 1%. Xpeng, Neo, both up about 1%-ish. And Doge is green. Other than that, all crypto, tech, you take your pick, is essentially negative on the day. With the highest, with the worst performing being Lemonade on my watch list. And Google, actually, a lot of weakness on Google today. I think there was a downgrade that came in on Google. Oh, Twitter is up too? Well, it shows you I don't care enough for Twitter to have it in. Wow, Twitter is spiking. Okay. Maybe Elon's buying in the open market right now. Who knows? But Tesla hitting volume weighted average price now, 10.15, sitting on Tesla. Snapchat was such a ride as well last night or the day before, wasn't it? Yeah, happy Earth Day to everyone. Indeed, happy Earth Day. Laurie says, it's me again. I already ate 2 oranges, 3 tangerines. I'm not done. Laurie, MVP right there. Way to go. All right, I think the markets, the NASDAQ as well is probably rallying. Yep, the NASDAQ is as well. So we're seeing some macro strength here. I mean, green is good on a day where the NASDAQ is down as much as it is. So it can't really complain in that sense. Let me just hit macro here. Yeah, NASDAQ's still down 1.6%. So Tesla being up 50 basis points, that's kind of unreal relative strength, I think. And we know Fridays are generally weaker. Is anyone playing any? Let me know in the chat. Is anyone playing? Not financial advice, of course. Playing any options or lottos or anything like that coming up here in the next week? Matthew says Juju Nemesis equals toothpaste. Yeah, no kidding. I actually have a buddy who, like, whenever we go out or camping or whatever, like, he makes it a point to tell everyone that he loves drinking orange juice after brushing his teeth. Some people. Some people are saying next week's 1100 strikes. What are 1100 strikes going for next week? Let's do some options digging, shall we? So next week's 1100s are going for $6. $6, okay. And if I were to just take a look at this in the chart, these were trading at, how much were these trading at yesterday? So these hit a high of $33 yesterday? Wow. $33 is what this was worth yesterday when we were sitting close to $1,100 on the original morning spike up. Okay. So, I mean, one standard deviation out on the call side, we're sitting at about 1100 strike, $6-ish. One standard deviation out on the put side gets us to about 935 in terms of a strike. And they're about 9. So more put bias going into next week for sure. Lou says, did Tesla 8K have any deadlines for split? That's a good question about the deadline. I would presume if it gets passed at the board meeting, you'd probably expect to hear from Tesla within that business day. That's my guess, but I don't actually remember. I don't actually remember. Remember, board meetings are what, every month, every third week or something like that. When does Tesla's next impact report come out? Says John. That's a good question, John. I actually don't know. How long has it been since our last one? Didn't we just get one? Has it been that long already? All right. 3-day rule. Martin says, yeah, should you expect the 3-day rule will kick in on Monday for Tesla? I would say I would have been more confident to say yes had we not seen that original spiked up spike up to 1100 that we saw the other day. That original spike up that we saw pre-market in the first hour trading all the way to 1100 when we were up about 10%. The risk there is that the 3-day rule means that institutions and, portfolio managers and clients of these institutional or hedge funds would buy post analyzing everything. But who's to say that didn't already happen? So, and albeit it was on a very, very low volume. Of course, pre-market's always very low, right? So, I mean, I think I'm more uncertain about that because of the big 10% spike up that we saw that day. It didn't hold though, so maybe not. But I mean, at the end of the day, like Tesla's earnings have come out. Tesla killed earnings. They're fundamentally speaking, financially speaking, nowhere worse than they were when they were sitting at 1100. So in that respect, nothing has changed. But we know stocks don't follow fundamentals one for one. So it is time for the new impact report. Okay, wow, it's been a year since that. That's pretty crazy, actually. Carson says, have you guys guessed the closing price guess yet? No, not yet. We're going to guess that in about 5-ish minutes. So do your analyzing now. So I'm going to ask in about 5 minutes. Someone will remind me in case I forget. 12:45 is when I like to ask. John says, excellent variety and depth of exploration between you and Nicholas on investing against the grain yesterday. Still betting on a Monday for a decent move up 3 days. Thank you for watching, by the way, John. Yeah, I appreciate that. It was awesome to connect with Nick. He has an awesome channel. It was cool diving into some topics because he's an engineer by trade, like FSD and stuff like that. I had a blast. Yeah, Mondays are typically a good day for Tesla. And here, I've got some data to back that up as well. Let's see here. By the way, thanks for everyone. Got 52 likes on this sucker. Hopefully we can leverage my non-clout and get G on the channel. Would be fun. But what I was going to say was, and I forget completely now. Man, what was I saying? What was I saying? ADD brain today. Oh, yes, Mondays, and why they're historically good for Tesla. Okay. Mondays, yes. Thanks, Digital. Digital is always on the ball. Okay, I'm going to pull up, I think it's in this section on Trading Text where they show you different day performances. Here we go. So weekday performances. For Tesla, here's the kind of web chart of the percentage of green days for every single weekday. And you'll see that Mondays are significantly the highest percentage of green days for Tesla, being at 54-ish%. It's nothing massive like, 70% or something like that. But Monday is the highest. Tuesdays actually are a little bit behind, a couple percent behind. And let me just do here. So Wednesday are 48, Thursday is 47.9. So Thursdays are looking like with the new data, the lowest percentage of green days per weekday for Tesla. So something about that. And again, these odds aren't like, set in stone, like 55% doesn't, it's still a coin flip at the end of the day. But just anecdotally speaking, like I'm sure you guys can attest for this too. Like it just feels like more often than not, Mondays, we see a lot of strength in Tesla. What website is this? This is all Traditics, folks. Everything I use for options, for the data, link in the description. I think you get like a little discount if you use my code. It's an affiliate link, of course. So there's a lot of data on here. I don't even use most of the site, but there's so much on here to do. I'm not saying that because I'm biased. You guys remember when I used to look at Flow Algo, and I used to have another black box stocks. I went through a lot of option services, and I told you guys I wasn't going to put an affiliate link until I was happy with one. Traditics is really the one that I've been quite pleased with, just because it's not just option stuff. There's a lot of things, and you could try it out, I think, for a trial as well or something for like $1. What's also interesting, by the way, they have a cool feature here. I don't use this enough, but it's called price pairs. So you can say if you did like a pairs trade, you were long Tesla and long Ford, or long Tesla and long what's good, maybe GM or something, and you could pair them together and see if you were trading them in pairs how that pairs trade would do in a division right here. Also, price comparison is cool. If you want, like, for example, I know like Lucid and Tesla had been trading quite 1-to-1 for a long time, and then eventually around February decoupled quite a bit. But you'll see how almost identical Lucid and Tesla were for a long time. Neo, for example. So there's a lot of stuff you can do on here. Gene figured it out. What did Gene do? Did he reply to me? I don't know. No, not yet. Thank you, TV. I know who you are, but thank you. We'll see. We'll see what Gene says. I'll shoot him a DM after this. After I'm guessing he probably doesn't read too many. Wait, Gene's from Minnesota? I didn't know he's from Minneapolis. That explains why he's so polite. Did not know that. The American Canadians, as we call them. 1012 sitting on Tesla at the moment. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see here. Nick says, how about getting Rob Maurer on the show? Rob knows that the invite's open for him to come on the show. I just don't think and even some awesome people in the Juju gang have told me that they've messaged him personally on his Patreon to get him on. So he knows, balls in his court. No pressure, Rob, if you're listening. I would love to, obviously Rob knows that I'd love to have him on the channel. What are Alaskans then? I mean, I guess you could say Alaskans are Canadian or American Canadians as well. I just don't have too much experience with people from Alaska. Yeah, I don't have too much, but no, Alaskans. We hosted an Alaskan couple once on Airbnb years and years ago, and they were really nice, super nice. They even told us if you ever needed a spot in Alaska, feel free to come through. And thought that was incredibly nice of them. But I don't have too much experience. But people from Minnesota, especially, I've noticed their slang, the way that they talk, they love hockey, super polite people. I really dig the folks from Minnesota. Yeah. Okay. So, yes, closing price guessing time. Thank you, folks. Appreciate it. Okay. So let's play Tesla closing price. I gotta get like a segment or like a song to play during this time or something like that to have some effect here. But throw in the chat your Tesla closing price guess for today. Remember, Price is Right rules. Price is Right rules means you have to guess at or under to be eligible to win. If you guess over, even by a penny, you get disqualified. Throw that in the chat now. I will do my best. Hopefully, we won't get flooded. On Wednesday's stream when I asked for all the guesses, I swear we probably got like 1,000 chats or something crazy. I couldn't even scroll up to find out who won that day. I felt so bad. But today, I think we should be good. Remember, guess once, please. Your second guess. If you guess twice by accident, remember, I'm only counting your second one. So guess once if you can. If you have to edit it, delete your first one or something. Awesome. How about the hockey or organ sound? I don't have a good degree of music to play on here. I have. Hold on, let me just see this 1 second. CNBC is not talking about too much right now, so there's nothing much going on there. There was that "Fly Me to the Moon" song where I wanted to play it, and maybe I can play it up here. Mark Cat, thank you for joining the GG Gang membership. Appreciate that, Mark. Appreciate your support as always, Mark. I think I called you Matt by accident a couple weeks back, but appreciate it. And by the way, if you join on any $5 per month level or above, which I think investor level and up on channel membership, and Patreon is any membership on any tier, join on our Discord. We have an awesome group of people, a lot of people that I see in the chat as well here. On our Discord, we talk Tesla, stocks, news. Sometimes people meet up like they did in Austin. So that's super cool to see. NFTs, crypto, that sort of stuff. But it's an awesome like group of friends. It's like a friends hangout is kind of the best way I put the Discord. So check it out. And it's free. So just it's free with your investor membership. So just connect your Discord profile to your YouTube account and you should be put right in. Vasile says price right rules $1. Hey, that could work. In theory, that could work. But the odds, I mean, Tesla would really have to dip here in the next little bit. This is the song, by the way. Let me just actually pull this up. All right. Let's see here.
Among the stars.
You guys hear that?
Let me see
quite loud,
what
though.
spring is like on a Jupiter and Mars. Fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on a Jupiter and Mars.
So that's someone on YouTube that actually compiled all of Elon's bits and pieces together and made him sing that song. I thought that was super cool. I kind of wanted to use that as my outro. Martin says, it's not going to be some sort of copyright thing. I hope not. I uploaded it on my channel. I left it as unlisted. And so far, it's been no problems. So I guess we'll see. But I had to play it once. Mark, thank you for the... Wow, Mark, again, coming in with the clutch $20 super chat. Hey, Canadian too. Mark, you're Canadian. Hello, Canuck. Thanks for your hard work. I appreciate that, Mark. Thank you. Dolitude makes it kind of sound bad. I mean, remember, this is not actually Elon singing it, so you got to do some MacGyvering to make it sound decent. Otherwise, it'd just be him monotonely talking, "Fly me to the moon." So, I wanted to use that as my outro, and I feel like I should, but once in a while I'll play it on the the stream just for everyone. But yeah. Bradford says maybe if you play for less than a minute, it doesn't count. I think it's like 2 or 3 seconds, to be honest. We'll see. I'm not, whatever. No big deal. I'm not too worried about it. I can always clip it out of the replay if I have to. Did you guys see you guys remember that stream I did? Were you guys there? Anyone there when I did that TED live stream right after Elon's TED Talk last week? That stream got taken down right after. You can't even react. It should be fair play because I was reacting to Elon's TED Talk, but I had to cut out all of those bits and pieces out of that stream because the entire stream got taken down via copyright from TED. And so, like, I always thought as long as I'm commentating and adding value and talking, not just replaying it for the sake of replaying it, the whole thing got taken down within like an hour of me posting it. So what's my guess? That's a good point. I didn't guess yet. My guess is 10:15 for Tesla to close. 10:15. 10:15. Yes, 10:15. 1,007 right now sitting on Tesla. Oh, same thing happened with Dylan from Electrified. Yeah, Ted has a lot of power. You're right. Ted does. Because I guess they charge like what, $200,000 to be there. And they probably have a lot of connections into the Google copyright team or whatever. So they're quite easy. Sean says 10:15 or 15. No, 15, 1-5. 10:50 would be quite bullish of me to say. Yeah, market's still going down. If you look at the NASDAQ, showing a lot of weakness here, actually. We might close near low of day, it almost seems like, for tech. Tech is down 2.4% on the day. By the way, I mean, this is the NASDAQ chart. Daily chart. I mean, we're like a hair away from new lows again on tech. So for all that strength that we saw beginning of April, for the most part here, it's like almost reversed. So quite ugly to see. I mean, the Fed's talking about 50 basis point hikes or 75 basis point hikes, which is not going to happen. The Dow, for anyone that cares, is down like 892 points. So, by all intents and purposes, not a great day in the market. That being said, that's what I'm saying. If Tesla is still flat today, it's still really decent. Hey, Smart Term Investment. Thank you for the $5 super chat, my friend. Thank you. Is that a Model 3 in your profile picture? I can't fully see that on my screen. It's too bright. But thank you. Appreciate the super chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Let's see. Good place for a Monday, says Victoria. Yeah, I mean, Mondays are, I guess, hold on. Let me just check here. Monday is the 25th, which would mean, so 18, 11, and 4. Let me just go to April 18th. April 18th was a green day. April 11th. We did April 11th was when we hit new. Well, we closed gap down, rallied up to 1,000 and got slapped back down. And then April 11th and then April 4th. Let me just see April 4th. Monday. Yeah, April 4th, Monday, we know was really awesome. It was that really big green day post deliveries. And then actually, let me just check one more Monday before that. The 28th here. Let's see, the 28th. Yeah, that was green as well. So probabilities are there, but again, this market is just so wonky. In terms of support, let me just get rid of these lines here. This was for the earnings stream. In terms of support resistance to kind of look at, we have some moving average support here. I think this is the 9. The 9 moving average is sitting at right around $1,000. That's one to remember. Closing below the 9 moving average essentially means we're now in a downtrend. Staying above the 9-day moving average continually, it still shows an uptrend. But at 969, 970, nice. We have our 100, 150 day moving average colliding here a little bit. So AMD is ugly. Well, if you look at Nvidia as well, like Nvidia is down 3% again today. Is Netflix has to be red again today. Netflix is down another percent of the day. Netflix chart is just, oh my goodness gracious. Just look at that chart. That weekly chart is just ugly. AMD is, what's AMD looking like? Yeah, AMD, a lot of weakness here. But Nvidia, I mean, what are you guys' thoughts on Nvidia? I'm thinking about taking a dip in the water here maybe next week. But we have our 100 week moving average around 179. Maybe we get there, but averaging in might make sense. Who knows? I still think Nvidia is a great company. Vasil says, "Do you play video games?" No, unfortunately, I do not. I have an Xbox that I bought Black Friday 2017. It was my first console I bought, other than my N64 when I was a kid, or my Game Boy when I was like 5 or 6. But no, I don't play any games. Unfortunately, not a gamer. That's not to say if you game, I don't vibe with you. I used to play. I had actually that's kind of a lie. I played Fortnite for a week in like 2018 or something. But other than that, I'm not a big gamer. No. T Principado says Traditix looks very informative. Yeah, Traditix is awesome. Check it out. Even for like $1, you can try it. See if it's worth it for you. Video games are too addictive. That's really the issue. If for me is like, growing up, I realized how addictive video games were. And so I kind of stayed away on purpose. I just never got into gaming. Don't let this cheap Chinese headset fool you. I am not a gamer. Let's see here. Today might be capitulation. Perhaps. I mean, how many times, and Renee's saying that too, but how many times have we said capitulation over the last couple months? Not for Tesla, by the way. I like for folks, like it's hard to argue against Tesla's graph, right? Like Tesla is still up, what? Since our lows made in February 25th, we're still sitting up 45%. So, we're being, we have to take that and make sure that we're not a little bit greedy, right? With when we say we're up 45%, like the NASDAQ has not had the same fate. The NASDAQ, since that same, let's say that February 25th low, is only up 2%. So Tesla's outperformed the NASDAQ about 20 times, right? Since those arbitrary marks I set. Since February 25th to today, the NASDAQ is up 2.4%. Since February 25th on Tesla and today, Tesla is up 43%. So, context. I think context is important. Radford says Nvidia earnings are going to be very strong, in my opinion. Everyone name someone that doesn't need chips. Like, you're in the business of you're in the semi business, not Tesla semi. Semiconductors are one of those industries where capital intensive, huge moats, and it's just hard to get into, of course, for any rival. And yeah, there's some lag, and because of COVID and all this stuff, they've been hit. And I see Richard saying chips weak on gaming revenue going forward. But it'll bounce back because chips are so versatile and fungible, right? You can use them a million different ways. So, yeah. Netflix was down 69% from all-time highs on 420. Is that right? Oh, nice. What does Elon say about the best fate and irony or whatever his quote is? Do you have a position in NVIDIA? No, I don't have any NVIDIA stock. That's what I'm debating. But I'm kind of waiting until sometime next month for me dabbling back in. I kind of maxed out a lot of my stuff that I can for the time being. So I guess we'll see. Joshua says, whoa, no glasses, Yash. Yeah, no glasses, contacts in today. Not colored contacts, mind you. So the regular eyes. Putting in I have newfound respect for people that have to put in contacts every day. It's not easy. It's not fun. It took me like an hour to figure it out at the optometrist yesterday. My eyes were all red. I've got big fat hands as well. So like me trying to do like little delicate maneuvers just does not work well. So newfound respect for you guys that do that. John says Elon should buy Netflix, improve Netflix and chill because our world needs more babies. Well, so Netflix's market cap, by the way, is sub 100 mil. Netflix's market cap is 95 million right now. 95 billion, not 95 million. 95 billion. That's pretty insane. And Nvidia's market cap is pull this up. Nvidia's market cap is 500 billion. So Nvidia is 5 times bigger than Netflix, give or take. Pretty crazy. Pretty unreal. Alex says you got to worry about the context rolling back in your head. What? Really? Wow. New fear unlocked. Thanks, Alex. Get intax for astigmatism. My astigmatism is so bad. Only this one Cooper Vision Toric Plus works for me. Unfortunately, it's terrible. My astigmatism. It's only in that one eye too. So, check your options. Boyle, thank you, my friend. Oh wow, I got a minute to check. Boyle, thank you. All right, crisis averted. There's nothing there that's expiring. Yeah, okay. I mean, volume for the day is what, 22.2 million? It was higher before. Volume really took a nosedive towards the end of the day. Yeah. All right. It looks like we're about to close here in the next 15 seconds. Stay tuned to see who wins this Tesla closing price guessing game. By the way, if you're new here, I should say hit subscribe. If you haven't already, hit that button and you'll get a little party emoji from me. There it is. $1,004.96 for Tesla. Let me just give it a second here. Sometimes it likes to change on me last second. I'm just going to check here to see with Google. $1,004.96 indeed. Okay, let's see who won this thing. Theo Lieb says $1,420. Oh no, hold on. They changed it to $1,005.05. Is this right? Okay, hold on. You see what I mean? They like to mess with me. Okay, let's go through the chat. Let's see who came close. Final Vision guessed 1,005 on the dot. Okay. Abe as well, 1,005 on the dot. Okay, I hope someone beat you guys because it's going to be hard. Parker Shane guessed 33 cents over 1,005. So unfortunately, Price is Right rules disqualifies you there, my friend. Matthew Godell also guessed 1,005. Whoa, might have a 3-way tie here. Hold up. Deguchi or Doug Chi, probably 1,005.20. So you're a little bit over there. Seren guessed 1,005.69. All right, first time in Juju hit that bid record history. We've had a 3-way tie for the closing price guessing game. We have Final Version, Abe, and Matthew Goodell all winning the virtual Juju prize for me this week. Wow, 3-way tie. That's nuts. Wow. Hey, congrats, guys. I'll send virtual Juju your way. Remember, 5-10 business days for arrival, considering supply chain constraints at the moment. But maybe I'll throw it through the camera. So 3-way tie. Wow. Never seen that happen before. Probably Gonzalez says maybe it's a good omen for Monday. Yeah, no kidding. Speech. um, William, I love to hear that comment. William says that he's going to find out if he's cancer free soon here with a blood test. That's awesome news, William. That's great. Had I not been treated, only 4 years to live. My doctor is amazing. Awesome, William. Sending good juju your way, my friend. That's awesome. And yeah, I saw your comment too, saying go get checked out if you have to, and do whatever you can to get to do whatever you need. Yeah, good luck to you as well, for sure. But yeah, good to see that that you caught it as much as you did as well, and the success that you're having with it. But wishing you well all the way to the finish line, my friend. Awesome. Well, thanks for the great stream, everyone. Long week, felt like a short week, but it was one of those weeks where it was Bradford says everyone gets a ribbon. Yeah, it's one of those contests, right? Okay, so felt like a long week, but in reality it was a really short week. I want to say thanks for everyone for tuning in. Some new subscribers, old subscribers, new Juju Gang members, old Juju Gang members. You guys make this happen. Thanks for the good vibes this week. Super long marathon earnings stream. Go watch it back if you want to. It's 3 hours. I've time stamped it if you need to. But remember, on weeks like this week, and by the way, just for the record, Tesla still finished green on the week. I know it doesn't feel like it. Tesla still finished green. So, we'll take that. But I know it doesn't, I know on this week, weeks like this, I think I should highlight even more. Go turn off your computers this weekend, whatever you need to do. Take some time off, rest, recoup mentally, even for a day if you have to. Spend time with family, friends, your dog, your cat, whatever it might be, and go just reset, recoup, right? Be well, everyone. Remember, prioritize your health over everything else. So, yeah, can't be said enough. I usually like to say it every Friday, as you guys know. But I feel like this Friday, it's a little bit more, it just feels like a little bit more true for me to say. So awesome. Everyone, thank you for leaving the comments at the end here. I appreciate you guys. You don't have to say thanks to me. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hit subscribe. And by the way, we're ending the week. I should say we're ending the week at, let me just hit a live analysis here. We're ending the week at 19,175 subscribers. I think I should set higher goals. I think 25K is our next goal. So road to 25K, I'll start promoting that a little bit. So much love, every single one of the new people coming in on Discord as well. I'll catch you on there. Remember, if you're already a Patreon member, connect your Discord there. If you're a new channel member, $5 or up, investor level or up, connect your Discord, connect your YouTube account to your Discord profile. You'll get in there and bring good vibes. Much love, everyone. Take care. Thank you, everyone. I'd love to name everyone by. I'm reading all the chat here. I'd love to name everyone here, but I obviously can't. Much love. I'll catch you next week. And actually, no, I'll catch you this weekend for some content. I think I'm going to do some CNBC reaction videos this weekend. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, everyone.